Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to start praying because Battlefield is coming back. And God, I hope it's back. I hope they've done it. So yesterday, DICE, or I guess I should just say Battlefield EA, released this video. Today we're gonna go in, show off everything in it. I'm gonna really deep dive. I found some things I think not many other people have seen or have picked up on within this little 5-minute short, and we'll talk everything about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it play in the background, and we can just go ahead and start covering what is going on. And if you like videos like this, if you like these teensy bitsy, itsy bitsy, huge breakdowns of big videos like this, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's just start talking about what these people are yada 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 about. Okay, first off, the main thing that they are kind of pushing, that they are trying to inspire us with confidence, which I don't know if I have, is that welcome to what they are calling Battlefield Studios. And Battlefield Studios is a conglomeration of 4 studios. That's going to be DICE, Motive, Ripple Effect, and Criterion. Oh, and God help us, because if you're like me, and well, you don't even have to be like an old timer of Battlefield like me. You just have to remember the fact that during 2042, they were like, oh, we have the most people working on Battlefield ever before, and we're the furthest ahead we've ever been. And then we got 2042, and we all know how that fucking turned out. Anyway, what is Battlefield Studios? Well, first off, the whole initiative is being led by Vince Zampella. If you haven't been around for a long time, Zampella is probably one of the best names in the biz as far as first-person shooters go. Have you ever enjoyed a Call of Duty? You can probably thank Vince Zampella. He was one of the leads of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the original, the one that changed first-person shooter multiplayer forever. Famously, he was with Activision, made COD 4, got kicked out after making Modern Warfare 2. There was a big, messy legal fight. That was a whole thing. He then went on to EA, where he made Titanfall and Titanfall 2, where I think we can agree it kind of kicked off the advanced movement genre again. And then he went on to Apex, and we know how Apex is doing. So overall, Vince Zampella, a huge name, and I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that he is going to be able to bring everyone together. Additionally, in this video, they kind of went over what each studio is doing. So first, you got the OGs, you got DICE Stockholm, and they're going to be responsible for the multiplayer sandbox, the destruction, the vehicles, the gadgets, the class play, the squad play. So it sounds like they're in charge of the foundation, right? It also just sounds like, hey, listen, guys, we know you made this thing called the Frostbite engine. I don't know if they're actually using it for this. We don't know yet. But Frostbite, historically, a bitch to work on, is what we've heard through and through from every single studio that has ever had to work on it that isn't DICE. So it sounds like they are handing the tools and the engine work to DICE because it's what they do well, right? Frostbite is an incredible engine. And kind of getting the base multiplayer play to them because they're the legacy studio. So that's great. Then you have Montreal Motive. Motive, they're going to be assigned to multiplayer maps and single player maps. That's right. Single player is back. To me, it sounds like out of all this, they're just a bitch of a studio. They're just, Battlefield bitch. They are being told what to do by both Stockholm, and we'll get to Criterion. They seem to be like, hey, you guys are the environmental artists, you guys are the multiplayer artists, hey, maybe you can go ahead and pull things from the single player and incorporate them into the multiplayer maps. Like, they sound like they're just the fluff studio, the extra guns, the mercenaries of this situation. And if they want to be that and this ends up working out, great, I'm happy for them. We'll see what happens next for them. Cool. Then we get to the part that scares me the most is this next studio, Ripple Effect. They're in LA, and they are working on, quote, a new experience to open Battlefield to a new audience. And that slightly terrifies me. I believe this is where Vince is actually based out of, Vince Zampella. So we'll see what ends up coming out of it. Is this going to be a battle royale? I hope not. That trend seems to have died out. Is this going to be an extraction shooter more than what 2042 brought? Who knows? Maybe. We'll talk about what I spy in the overall kind of, put that on loop while I continue talking about this. We'll talk about what I spy in this trailer that makes me think it's something else, but this is the one I'm most concerned about because personally, I think they kind of just need to stick to the fundamentals on here. They are going to have an uphill battle. We do have Chinese Battlefield with with what is that game? Delta Force Hawk Ops, right? Yeah, I know it's Delta Force. We do kind of have Chinese Battlefield, and yeah, that one is more imitation than innovation on the Battlefield formula, but it's a damn good imitation, and we know that's what China does well. So, here we are. The last studio that is involved in all of this, in these Battlefield studios, the super studio, is going to be Criterion. They're focused on single player. So they did okay with Battlefront 2. Like, it was pretty and the story was okay. I didn't love it overall, but there's some interesting things there. But it was very basic. I'm interested to see what we're going to get out of this. I think it does need to be something special from Criterion to make this package make sense, especially because, once again, Delta Force Hawk Ops is free to play, so they're going to need to bring something that motivates people to buy, right? And that's going to be the challenge. The last thing they sort of did with this video is announce Battlefield Labs, which is a Discord / invite to play / open alpha, not open alpha, but like closed alpha, a wide alpha or a wide beta announcement. I think they do need to do that just to get feedback. I will say, I live in Orlando, and we have a local EA studio, and you can sign up to go do play tests, and they reward you with games. And I've done a couple over there. This doesn't sound like anything too unusual outside of that. I'll be interested once it goes wide if they're able to keep it quiet, but I don't think they will be able to. So, with all of that said, I think what we have here is something that is going to be interesting, and I'm just sort of afraid for what is going to happen, because Battlefield, they haven't done great. I feel like every one has been worse than the last, and that's saying something. But the vibes right now feel good, and that's what this was all about. It was all about the vibes. So with all that said, let's go ahead and talk about the important things in this trailer. And first thing, I think we just have to go to the end here, where we get this unadulterated gameplay out of this. And first off, of course, we got the good old M4 right there. We got a good old Abrams. It has, sadly, no sniping the crew member out of here. We have what definitely looks like a support member, and those goggles look like something that someone was modeling in the prior bit. Something I do want to point out, in all these playtest videos, we see every single person has the same gun. Not the entire time, but in this play session, every single person has this M4 with a holo, with a foregrip. And that just tells me this is truly a very early version of the game, right? He doesn't have a foregrip, but is an M4 with a holo. Like there's not much as far as action goes. Also, detail here. I am loving the ranging for the underbarrel. Like, that is some great detail right here. Also, just a shout out, or I guess something to point out, is what is everyone firing at? this is one of those like behind the scenes making of a trailer. I don't think we've seen an enemy at all. We're just firing and just trying to make things look good. Also, shout out to the half ghillie suited man right there. Also, go back right. Oh, well, we'll go back a little bit. But these boxes flying out, like if we were really getting that level of detail, and hopefully we do, I am very excited for what we have. And we then, hello, are you a saw? Is that a box under there? That looks like it may have been a saw. Hold on. Nah, maybe not. Anyways, we're going through, and then of course we get the demo of the destruction. Beautiful, great. And I'm sure everyone's seen that clip a million times. But let's go ahead and dive into other parts of this trailer to show off some other little interesting things. So first off, let's go back to 1 minute 14 seconds of the trailer, and that's where we get this first opening logo treatment of everything. And I just have to say, it feels like it is just straight out of Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, like Call of Duty Activision, with the way that they are rendering things. Like this feels like mid-aughts military-esque type style here, which I'm here for. I'm digging it. It's just an interesting thing given Zampella's history. So that was the first thing I wanted to point out. The next thing is right in here while this lady is talking at 126. Oh, we just missed it there. Hold on. Is the gun that is being shown off. Fucking hell, man. Okay, cool. We are transitioning to an alternate control mode. Here we go. 125. Right here. Now, remember how we were talking about earlier how all the guns look the same? But this one does not look the same as all of those other ones. We have an aim point style sight here. We still have a foregrip, but if we look down here, it looks like we have like ammo for a 40 millimeter. We got 27 rounds in the mag. Like we get some UI in there. It looks like full auto. Well, it looks like single fire or full auto, and it looks like he's on single. But overall, we get a different style, and I guess this is gun customization confirmed. But it is interesting to see that there. The next part I wanted to call out is a lot further ahead at 2:14. We just get a peek at what is probably going to be a single player map, because it's in the part talked by Motive. But we have this like mall sort of 3D area rendered out, which, hey, we know it's Battlefield, we know it's urban, we know it's suburban. But, a tight operation locker in a mall, so he's gonna do some people well. So there's that. Moving on to the part that scares me, and that is within this section right here where they're talking about this new style of game mode, this new style of gameplay to hook in new Battlefield players. And first off, this could just be early alpha. But instead of attack or defend, we have interact, which is an interesting like turn of phrase, right? That's not something. I feel like attack and defend is a sort of normal thing. So interact is interesting. Does this point towards an extraction shooter of downed satellites like we had with 2042? I hope to God not. Could this be pointing to a Marvel Rivals / Overwatch style hero push area thing? Push the thing? Maybe that would be a little more interesting. I don't know. But the fact that it says interact instead of attack or defend is definitely a bit interesting. Next section I wanted to point out at 3 minutes and 3 seconds in the trailer. Hello. What was that? What vehicle was that? Oh, hello, UH-60 Blackhawk. We haven't had a Black Hawk in Battlefield for years, right? Bad Company is the last time we had a Black Hawk of as the kind of main transport helicopter, because of course the previous versions of Battlefield, or at least Battlefield 4, we had the Marines, so we had the UH-1 Super. I forget what the upgraded Huey is. And yeah, we didn't really have it. We haven't had a Black Hawk in a long time, so I'm excited for the Black Hawk, and maybe this points towards maybe some Bad Company coming back as single player. Please and thank you. God, please, please. Cool. Then we get over into 307. And we can see the guy on the screen is using that different style of M4. It might just be a model, or they might have just punched in from that first one. But hey, there's that new M4, and he's working on what appears to be some AI with their vision, their cone vision right there. Great. At 318, we have what is the model for one of the in-game medics. If you look right across his chest, it says medic. Once again, given that it is in such a dynamic pose and he's signaling with his arm, I'm going to assume this is going to be in the single player campaign. This isn't going to be used in the multiplayer. Then if we fast forward to 339, we start to see a gun that isn't the M4. We get into this kind of playtest session, and we start seeing a new gun, right? We saw a little flash of it there. What I believe this is, and at 401 we get a much clearer picture of this, it is the SIG MCX Spear, i.e. what is going to be the new primary weapon for the United States Armed Forces. It has a monolithic upper rail like we're seeing in these images. So we'll go back and you can kind of see it for yourself. Is we kind of have this monolithic upper rail that just screams SIG MCX to me. Oh, come on. Oh well. But yeah, SIG MCX Spear is going to be the thing that I think that is overall. The last thing I kind of wanted to point out in this overall is at 410 we have this panning shot in the lab, and right here we have what looks to be a some sort of canted sight. So some more customization going on. But that is everything that I could like find and poke and look for in this new Battlefield trailer. I'm very excited for Battlefield. I always have been, I always will be. I'm ready to have my heart broken again because it's Battlefield. It's going to do it time and time again. But maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But anyways, guys, if you like videos like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.